Hello, Internet. It's time to round up some of the stories from this week that would make a good case for legalized sterilization of the stupid. I'm JR, and this is This Week in What the Fuck. Dateline Poland. Officials in a Polish town struck down a proposition to name a playground after Winnie the Pooh. Why, you ask? Well, it seems Winnie the Pooh doesn't wear enough clothes. Oh, and he has no clearly defined gender, and therefore unfit for children. Now first, this says a lot for Europe, which is supposed to be more liberal and more open sexually, versus the perception of the United States, which is perceived to be closed-minded, homophobic, and fear anything other than the missionary position with the lights off. Now the Winnie the Pooh character is 100 years old. Would they prefer Pooh be drawn with wrinkled pants and a perceptible shriveled up junk in his crotch? Would that be clear enough for progressive Europe? Well, it seems there's some also opposing support for a local, fully clothed, clearly male bear character named Mizuzatek, some such nonsense. And forgive me, I don't speak Polish. And this would obviously be much better, given the obvious card-carrying membership to the Wham fan club for masculine men. Just give the damn park to Mizuzatek, or whatever its name is, and call it a day. There's no need for all these gender-ambiguous shenanigans. Next, we have a couple of surfing-related stories. A Connecticut commuter train lost power while in transit recently, but it didn't take long for engineers to determine the cause of the power loss. On top of the train, they found 21-year-old Brian McClellan of Ohio on fire. McClellan, who I'm betting is not a rocket scientist by trade, was train surfing and hit one of the power conducting arms that feeds the train. Zap! Done. Then there's the idiot in Australia who was out on a boat with friends and decided it would be pretty funny to surf on a floating humpback whale carcass they found. It wasn't until after he had left his boat, swam across the water out to the hulk of humpback and began surfing on it, did he notice the carcass was surrounded by sharks, including at least one great white. Now, unfortunately, this dumbass was able to get out of the situation without getting what he clearly deserved. But don't worry, though. Fate will get him next time, I'm sure. And finally, pardoning turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving slaughter is a tradition whose origins are a bit shrouded in mystery. It's said that Abraham Lincoln's son, Tad, pleaded for the life of the bird that was headed to their dinner table, and Lincoln buckled like a belt and let the bird live. Since 1947, the National Turkey Federation has donated 2 turkeys to President's Thanksgiving dinner. JFK, known for his civil rights initiatives, among other things, let one of those turkeys live, but not out of compassion for animal life. The damn thing was too small, and he sent it back saying, well, let's let this one grow. The first documented time a president used the word pardon for a turkey was Ronald Reagan in 1987, but even that was more of a joke, as Reagan was being hounded by the press over whether he was going to pardon key Iran-Contra figures like Ollie North and John Poindexter. Then in 1989, George H.W. Bush made the turkey pardon an annual ritual. Oh, happy day. It makes the kids happy and placates animal rights wackos. But it started as a glib one-liner to distract the press from law-breaking by the White House. I give you that background of turkey pardoning tradition and how unimportant it is in the grand scheme of things to tell you this story out of Seattle this week. Seattle Mayor Ed Murray took the next logical step in turkey pardoning and pardoned 2 donated tofurkeys. Tofurkeys, people! Ed Murray pardoned molded tofu and wheat protein, not living animals. They gave the tofurkeys silly names like in a traditional pardon, like caramel and popcorn from last year for President Obama. They had a ceremony in City Hall atrium with an official press release to go with it. And the release said that only Brayburn got the official pardon because Honeycrisp was camera shy. Did I mention that these things were meatloaf-shaped crap that comes in a fucking box? A pardoned turkey is supposed to go back to the farm to live out its days. What do you do with a tofurkey? Send them back to the food bank that donated them? To do what? Sit on a shelf for 100 years? I doubt it. They'll get eaten, or they'll be cut up and put on a plate and set in front of some homeless people on Thanksgiving Day. What happens from there is up in the air, but I would bet some of them would pocket some of it and use it to rub on their asses later to relieve chafing that comes with sitting on cold, wet concrete in the streets of Seattle all day. And why did Ed Murray waste some taxpayer money on this BS? And make no mistake, taxpayer money was wasted on this BS. Anything the government does costs the taxpayers money in some fucking way. But why he did it? No fucking clue. But since Seattle has a troll living under one of its main bridges, has a statue of Vladimir Lenin in one of its neighborhoods, a neighborhood that urges visitors to set their watches 5 minutes ahead because it's a self-proclaimed center of the universe, I guess this isn't too much of a stretch. That's the week in What the Fuck. So many dumbasses, so little time. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone you think would like it as well. Thanks for watching. I'm JR, and I am out.